Straight up, Tennessee family. We got one more day until the Tennessee Volunteers face off against the UTSA, whatever they are, in Neyland Stadium, 4 p.m. kick. Very excited for this game tomorrow, but there are a lot of things we got to chop it up about today on this One More Day episode. Y'all know how it works today, man. We got 3 keys to victory. What 3 things must Tennessee do? Not what 3 things should we do. What 3 things must Tennessee do to secure a victory against UTSA? Josh Heupel met with the media yesterday, but then also, we got final score predictions and the playmakers of the game on the offensive and defensive sides of the football. It's going to be a great show today. Can't wait to dive in with you. Thank you for tapping in with us, man. It is going to be a banger. It's your boy Ruck in the building. I am rolling solo dolo today on this One More Day, but it's okay because it's still almost football time in Tennessee. Let's get this thing started the right way, baby. It's straight up Tennessee. Let's go.
From 40, on the way, and knuckle the ball. He got it!
It's a good day to have a good day, man. Welcome to Straight Up Tennessee on this Friday morning. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, man, I hope you're having a great start, you're having a great middle, or you're having a great end to your Friday. It's your boy Ruck in the building from Straight Up Tennessee, but y'all know what to do. It's the top of the show. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification, man, right now so you never miss an episode. We're on our way to 800 subscribers here on YouTube, but guess what? That is not the only platform that this podcast is on. If you listen daily on Apple or Spotify, shout out to you. You already know it. Continue to rate this thing 5 stars and let everybody know why they need to be tapping in with the boys from Straight Up Tennessee, baby. At the top of the show today, man, we want to let you guys know about a great company called The True Tennessean. This is a great company that does hats, t-shirts, different types of t-shirts, different types of hats. Man, just go to www.truetennessean.com. Use the code StraightUp10 at checkout, and you're going to have a nice little surprise waiting on you if you do so. But go ahead to the True Tennessean, truetennessean.com, and use that code StraightUp10 and check out some of the gear they have, man. We have been working closely with them. Hopefully going to be getting a merch tee out here in the next, I don't know, month, year. I don't know. Jay, tell the people, if you're listening to the show right now, we got to connect because we got to get this tee out, bro. We got to get this tee out together. But yes, man, y'all go and hit them up. Use our code StraightUp10 at checkout for a nice little surprise. It's Friday, man, and it has felt like the longest, most gruesome, most fan divided, most sloppy. I don't know. Every adjective you can think of, it has felt like that this week. I think a lot of the fan base is now coming back around to liking this football team again. I think earlier in the week, there was so much hurt. There was so much division. There was so much unknown. It felt like I think we all were in a place of like, dang, we thought this was the year we would get over the hump in Gainesville, and it just didn't happen again. And so we have to wait 2 more years for that to happen. But the beauty is that was game 3 of this 2023 season. There's a lot of football left to be played. There's still a lot that this football team is playing for, and it starts Saturday. I understand it's not a conference game. It's a non-conference game. Tennessee should go out and handle business. I believe the line changed, and we're now a 3-touchdown favorite at 21 points. But that means nothing. The biggest things that matter is that Tennessee comes out and executes at a high level and shows the entire country. We put the country back on notice that, hey, yes, we may have been sloppy the last 2 weeks, but this is what we're capable of. We're still the same Josh Heupel coach team. We may look different, but we are still the Tennessee Volunteers, the new look Tennessee Volunteers. And that's what I'm hoping we see come tomorrow. Obviously, man, we got 3 keys to victory. But before we hop into that, man, Tennessee and Josh Heupel, they had their Thursday press conference yesterday. Josh Heupel had a lot of great things to say, but the biggest thing that I always look for in these press conferences, what I'm looking for is, how does Josh Heupel respond to different questions and different engagements, I would say, with the media, right? I think that a lot of the times you can tell after the Florida game, this brother didn't want to talk to anyone. He didn't want to talk to anybody in that media room. Like, he didn't care about them, didn't want to talk to them, none of that. But he still did. And on Thursday, it was a much lighter room. And what I mean by that is Josh Heupel just felt like he snapped and cleared. The week progressed. His team must be looking better. He was smiling ear to ear from the beginning, but I just kind of want to go through a couple of the different points that were asked to Josh Heupel, and just kind of let you guys know what the responses were if you didn't get an opportunity to listen to that press conference. You know, one of the biggest questions they asked were, is there any change in the status of offensive lineman Gerald Mincey? And if you guys noticed, Mincey played special teams against Florida. Granted, Gerald Mincey should have been on the field at right tackle, but he got into some trouble, was out past curfew last Thursday night, 12 hours before they hop on a plane to get to Gainesville. He's not locked in mentally, makes a stupid mistake, gets cited for drug possession of that ganja, and then boom, it's simple. Josh Heupel's pissed. Glenn Ellerby's pissed. Probably the entire O-line is pissed because you're about to play your rival, a school that you just transferred from. It's deeper than just Tennessee's rival. It's a school that Gerald Mincey just transferred from. And it shows that he just really wasn't locked in and didn't care. He gets cited for drug possession of that ganja and that marijuana, and then doesn't get to play against what might have been the most important game of the year. And we'll see as the year develops. But as of right now, it definitely was the most important game to start the year. They asked about Gerald Mincey, and he said he should be available to play. He's played, he's practiced all week long. Also said, hey, Cooper's been with us all week long too, and that Cooper was last week. As far as Cooper Mays is concerned, it looks like he is going to be a game time decision. And it's Josh Heupel literally put it in context of, he said, it depends on how he's feeling at that point. So at 3:30 on Saturday, on tomorrow, if Cooper Mays is ready to play and he feels okay to play, it sounds like Cooper Mays is going to get the go and get an opportunity to play his first snaps of the 2023 season. And boy, do we need that. Boy, do we need reps from Cooper so that we know as fans, but also he knows as Cooper that he's going to be ready to play the following week, because Cooper Mays has to play against South Carolina. I'm sorry. He has to play. The communication level, all of that. He has to play against the South Carolina Gamecocks. And if he doesn't, I don't know. We'll talk about it when we get there. But they asked about, Frank Harris, UTSA's quarterback. He's been dealing with a turf toe injury since last season. It has bothered him and bothered him and bothered him. And they asked him, hey, who are you preparing for? What have you seen from both of them? The other quarterback's name is Eddie Lee Marburger, I think. Either way, Josh Heupel said we've been preparing for both of them. But at the end of the day, it's about us. And that's true. I think, yes, Frank Harris is a game changer. He's a great quarterback, but he's been a great quarterback at UTSA. In a smaller conference, less talent, not less talent, I should say, but not as good of a talent as Tennessee plays every single week in and week out in the SEC. But Josh Heupel says the team, it's really about them. They've been preparing for both, but discipline is the biggest thing, I think, for this defense. And it don't matter who they roll out there at quarterback. Can we handle the adversity? Can we handle the scramble? And can we get off the field on third down? But one of the biggest thing, and I kind of want to end the entire Josh Heupel press conference kind of spiel with this specific thing. They asked about Joe Milton, obviously. And the question was, how do you keep a quarterback's confidence up when they may be listening to outside criticism of his play? And how can Josh Heupel lead with his own experience with that when he was playing quarterback at the University of Oklahoma? And Heupel was like, yeah, no one was ever critical of me when I played quarterback. And he's like, I never dealt with that situation. He's kind of chuckling when he says that. But he goes on to say, hey, if you think your value is based off of an outside opinion, if it's going good or if it's not going good, then you're putting your own self in a situation to be up and down. That's basically he's saying, if you can listen to the outside noise and let it affect what you're doing in preparation, what you're doing inside of the building, what you're doing out on the practice field, what you're doing in the film room, if you're allowing those things to affect that, then you're causing yourself to be inconsistent. What he then goes on to say is, you have to be consistent in all of those things every week. At the end of the day, your routine, the end of your routine does not ensure that you're going to play perfect. And it's hard in a game to play perfect. You got 11 guys on the other side of the football field. You got strategy and play calling from the other coaches. You know, he said at the end of the day, you have to prepare the best you can and put yourself in a position to go out and basically ball out. You know, he said, and we all know this. We all know this. He said, Joe has things that he can do better. But the guys around him also have things that they can do better as well. And at the end of the day, if you're in 2nd and 20 all day, it's going to make things really difficult. And so I'm going to kind of cut that there because there's a lot more of that comment there that I could read. But that's basically the whole gist of the Joe Milton and the criticism with Joe. I feel like everybody has to kind of put this on pause for a minute, because what is happening is not all of Joe's fault. And what is going to continue to happen is that you're going to see this offense turning around. We always do. And I'm looking for the offense to turn around a lot in these next 2 games. You get UTSA tomorrow, obviously, but South Carolina, man, that's a game where it's a revenge game, but it's also a game where they could be without their best offensive weapon other than Spencer Rattler and Juice Wells, who broke a bone in his foot that had already been broken. And you have to take advantage of that. You know, like, they're going to come into Neyland and be ready to play. Trust me, they're going to be ready to play. But at the same time, Tennessee needs to go out and beat the absolute brakes off of them. Like, there should be nothing should change the mind of, let's go out and absolutely beat the brakes off of them. But I kind of want to hop into what our segment is, man. It is the 3 keys to victory. What do I think are 3 keys to victory coming up on tomorrow? Number 1 is this. It's really plain and simple. It's the offensive line. If the offensive line plays the way they have played the last 2 weeks, getting blown off the ball, no aggression, not looking to be the hunters, but they are being the hunted, we're in trouble. Especially against UTSA, we are in some deep trouble. The offensive line has to perform at a higher level. And it's really no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If we want to see what we know we can see out of this offense, it starts up front. I don't care what people say. Oh, no, it starts with Joe Milton looking at pre-snap. No, screw that. Yes, that's a lot that has to do with some things. But if the offensive line can't get a push, it don't matter what Joe's calling at the line. It don't matter what he's going to do when he drops back, because if we can't get a push and max protect in pass pro, what's the point? What's the point, right? So the offensive line has to play with some aggression. I don't care how it looks. I don't care if guys are tired and we got to rotate more guys in and out. I don't care what it looks like. All I need is aggression, 60 minutes, relentless pressure, punching the guy in front of you in the mouth, pancaking them, and letting them know that they're not going to touch my quarterback. You hear me? When I played tight end back in the day, you feel me? One of my biggest responsibilities, other than catching the football, was making sure that the play developed. If it was an outside zone, if it was a QB boot, that I was delayed on a route, I still had to make sure that those guys were sealed. And I focused on that. I focused on run blocking. I focused on pass blocking, even if I was going out for a route. These guys got to step up big time if we want to win this game tomorrow. Now, you're saying, Ruck, bro, it's UTSA, man. We're going to win. I agree. We're going to win the football game. But how we win this game matters as well, because you got a team in South Carolina who's hungry to get a road win in the SEC. They made Georgia look silly for a half, and then Georgia just turned the gear on and let everybody know that they were still like that. You see what I'm saying? But with South Carolina, I'm nervous, and I feel like saying, like, man, we're kind of even at this point in the season, right? Sure, we're going to have the home field advantage. That thing, Neyland is going to be rocking. But at the same exact time, they've been playing good, and we haven't really been playing that well. And so this game and the offensive line, it starts there for UTSA. Number 2 is this. We have to be sure tacklers. What we saw last week from the defense was pathetic in the first half. And really, if we want to be even more specific, in the second quarter, what we saw was pitiful. It was absolutely terrible. And I never want to see that performance out of this defense again. If we see it again, then that lets us know that there's something way deeper going on with this defense that we just don't know. If the guy gets in front of you, we're not bumping into him like, hey, man, what's up, bro? We ain't doing none of that. We going at their head. Targeting or not, I don't care. We got to make a play. We got to come with it. We got to come with vengeance and come disrespectful almost to let people know that we ain't no punks. We really out here like dogs. We just played like puppies last week. You see what I'm saying? And I know y'all can hear the aggression in my voice. You can hear the animation and the bigness of my man. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of people looking at Tennessee thinking we a joke. Man, tackle, fight, scrap. That's football, man. That's football. And this team is more than capable of doing those things. But will we? We sure better, because we have to be sure tacklers. So if we get in the open field, wrap up. None of this little side bump stuff, man. Wrap up. It's Division I SEC football. Wrap up, man. We ain't got time for all of this patty cake, baker's man stuff. We got to tackle. And the biggest thing to me, sure tacklers, yes, up front, we got to tackle. These DBs got to tackle. I think we're going to see a lot of Ricky Gibson. I think Jordan Matthews is going to get some play tomorrow. I hope Jordan Thomas gets some play. I think there's going to be a lot of young guys that get an opportunity to play, because not just because it's UTSA, but because they've earned it, man. Play them. We got 4- and 5-star corners that are young guys. I don't care anymore. Play them. We ain't seen nothing. The only players, I should say, that should be out there on the defensive side who's tackling is Wesley Walker and Jalen McCullough. Everybody else is put up for suspect. Everybody else is put on a board right now, because we got to see something, man. We got to see something. We have to be sure tacklers if we think we're going to win. Forget UTSA. If we think we're going to beat South Carolina, we better start tackling now. Okay, I'm glad that point is over. I knew I was going to get hype. I knew I was going to get too hype about that. I knew it. Anyways, the third key to victory to me is tempo and stretching the field. And I guess I could add into this too, is just pre-snap awareness. What's going on? The tempo has been I should say the tempo has not been anything, really. It's not been tempo. Teams are not tired playing us like they have been. And it's because we've been shooting ourselves in the foot. People can blame Joe Milton. Again, it starts at center. It starts at center. And Ollie Lane he played great through the first 2 games. Florida, he had a really bad game. It happens to everybody. You hate that it happened in the Florida game, right? You hate that you couldn't get that edge or that level, or you just saw what it was like to play in a big game, and he just didn't fare well in that game. But he can redeem himself as well too, especially if Cooper does not play in this UTSA game. The tempo starts with the center. We got to get the ball on the field. We got to get the ball snapped quickly. Let's get in positive yardage. Let's not get pre-snap penalties. Let's not be holding. God almighty, they're calling more holds this year than I have ever seen. It's frustrating. But all in all, the tempo has to be better tomorrow, and we got to stretch the field. Listen. We know, and for people who are uneducated about what Josh Heupel is doing in the offense, let me tell you something right now. The screen game is an extension of the run game. When the run game is not looking its greatest, the quickest and the most efficient decision is to throw a screen because it is an extension of this run game. It will then force the linebackers. It will force safeties to move further out of the zone that they want to be because of the way we align and the way that we line up our guys outside. So if we throw in a screen, it's not, oh my God, we're throwing another screen. Trust the process, people. Just trust me for a second. A guy who watches this game like a coach who, man, one day, hope to coach. That would be freaking dope, man. It'd be freaking amazing. But the screen game is an extension of that. So when we're throwing these quick hots, it is setting something bigger up. So what I'm telling you is, if we're throwing these screens, we are still stretching the field. But when I say stretch the field here, it's, man, let's just take some shots on these dudes. We ain't got nothing to hold back anymore. Just take shots. Let's hit these dudes in the mouth, and let's take shots down the field. And the biggest thing that I want to see is I want to see Joe Milton operate pre-snap in a much more efficient way. What does it look like? Joe, what are you seeing? What are you recognizing? And can we get that clock? We get that internal mind clock to say, hey, I shouldn't be making this check under 10 seconds on the play clock because it's not going to happen. We're going to have to burn a timeout if so. Pre-snap, stretch the field, and the tempo, all 3 things have to be at a high level if we want to win this game tomorrow. Those are my 3 keys to victory, and y'all know what it is now, man. It is all about the playmakers of the game. Who do I think offensively, man, and defensively have to step up and be those guys? I want to start on the offensive side of the football. I think this week it has to be Dante Thornton Jr. I think that he showed us what he can do. He gave us a glimpse. He gave us a glimpse into what it's like when this man gets out in open space, runs the field, and can truly be a complete game changer and a playmaker at all levels of the defense. He can catch screens. He made a guy miss and got 7 last week. The deep ball that he threw that he just couldn't fight for it. He didn't fight for it hard enough, dropped the football. But then the next play to have the confidence to go back to him on another seam route where he catches it right over the left shoulder while looking back right. What an amazing catch. What an amazing catch. I said it on Wednesday, Dante, on Pump the Gas or Hit the Brakes. We are pumping the gas. Like, we are pouring on the gas that Dante Thornton's going to get his first Tennessee touchdown tomorrow. And so I think offensively, he will be the playmaker of the game. Defensively, for me, I don't have one person. Defense is it's the defensive backs. Can the defensive backs stop anybody? That's what we need. I'm not going to get too animated on this. It's simple. Tackle and just defend at a high level. Intensity. Go after guys. Don't wait. Man, if you see the ball in the air, ball hawk. Let's go get it. Let's go get that thing and let's take it back to the crib. You hear what I'm saying? The entire defensive back room, that needs to be our playmaker of the game. That's mine, 100%. It's the defensive back, safeties, corners, nickels, all of y'all. Y'all step it up, tackle, and, man, let's get up out of here and blow these cats out, period. It's really that simple. Man, y'all, we get to watch this team play again, and we're wearing the orange breeches. And my last thing today that I have is the final score. You know, I've been thinking about this one since I talked about it early on Monday. I think Tennessee gets 50. I know that one of the pump the gas at the brakes was Tennessee scores more than 50 points, and I just was like, nah, I'm hitting the brakes. But I think the final is 51-10 Tennessee. I think we put it on them because, y'all, we need something big. We need something massive going into South Carolina. And what a better way to have it than at 4 p.m. tomorrow, and then you get to turn around and play South Carolina at 7:30 in Neyland Stadium. Oh, my God. That thing going to be lit. My final score prediction is Tennessee 51, UTSA 10. I might give them 17. They got a pretty good offense, pretty good running back. But Tennessee, it's just time. It's time to make a statement. And this has to be the redeem game. This is what I've been saying. It's like a redemption game. It's just play better. Redeem yourselves. Let the people know that you ain't what you've showed the last 2 weeks. You're better. You're way better. And we know that. We're way more talented. We're way more capable of doing more. And I think now is the time that this football team takes a new step in the right direction. And Tennessee wins 51-17 over UTSA. Y'all, it's been your boy Ruck in the building today on the One More Day episode. Thank y'all for tapping in. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for liking. Thank y'all for commenting. Thank you for subscribing. Join the channel too, man. 99 cents, bruh. Like, what? You ain't even gonna notice that come out of your check. You hear what I'm saying? So go ahead, join the channel. We got people joining left and right, man. We got people in our Discord, man. It has been really, really cool to watch this family grow. So I can't wait to be in Neyland tomorrow. I hope that everybody that's traveling in, you stay safe. You get there safely, but also, man, upon your departure, man, you leave in a safe way as well. But everybody coming in, be careful. I'll be coming in as well. Can't wait for this game, man. Excited to see the boys in the orange breeches go out, handle business before we get South Carolina back at Neyland next week. Y'all already know what to do, man. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification if you're watching on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify. I love you. Thank you for rocking with your boys from straight up Tennessee. It has been the One More Day of UTSA week. Y'all have a blessed Friday, and y'all already know we'll be back on Sunday for the next day episode. For my dog turn that's not with me today, it's your boy Ruck, and you know what it is. It's straight up Tennessee, baby. We'll see y'all on Sunday. Go Vols.